Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. On this first episode, we will be traveling from Nairobi to Arusha. It took me about 6 hours. We use Nairobi, Namanga, Arusha road. The bus travels all the way to Dar, which takes about 16-17 hours, but to Arusha is 6 hours, give or take. That's how the bus looks inside, very comfortable, well lit. It has Wi-Fi when you get to the border at Namanga, that's when it comes on. And one reason why I decided to try this bus is the toilet. The toilet looks like one in an airplane, and I was very excited to try it. Everything is digital for most part of this bus. The seats are labeled with digital screens at the very top, and it's quite comfortable with good legroom. This bus leaves at exactly 8, and they told us they leave a lot of Kenyans. Ni kama mnajulikana, hamjui masaa. Mujitahidi wa Kenya wenzangu. We were still there at 8, but at 1 minute past 8, the driver started pulling out of the parking. That is River Road here in Nairobi. From CBD, we joined Thika Road, branched off to Museum, then joined the expressway from Museum Hill. This was to avoid the traffic. We used the expressway to Mlolongo exit point before joining the main highway to Tanzania. Up to the point of joining the expressway, I had no idea which direction we needed to take to get to Tanzania. Guys, travel. I am on a mission to visit all 47 counties. Currently, I'm at county number 23. After that, I plan to take on Africa as I tell stories about Africa, leadership, innovation, and culture through the Power Dialogue podcast. At this point, Tanzania is my first country. That means I am currently at 23/1. That is county number 23 and the first country in Africa. I invite you to be part of this quest as we journey through Africa. Nairobi to Arusha doesn't take too long. We left Nairobi at 8. We were at the border at 10:52 p.m. We took about an hour plus at the border before we proceeded on our journey to Arusha and to Dar for those who are going to the very end of the journey. This is my first vlog here. You'll excuse me because I didn't anticipate I will need to record myself that much. I didn't do much of it because I normally create for TikTok, then just do the voiceover without being seen. I'm an introvert and this is going to be a very different experience for me. For my stay in Arusha, I recorded the same way. That means my subsequent vlogs will be similar in style, but I hope to do better from Arusha to show my face and to talk to you guys. Thank you for joining in for this ride. Unfortunately, the toilet was not working. We had to use bathrooms at the border because we only had that one stop between Nairobi and Arusha. The other thing that I had heard about Kidia is that they provide tea and snacks. Up to the time I got off in Arusha, we had been given water. They were kind enough to offer us water and also soda. That was at the border. I didn't get to the point where they offered tea or snacks. I really wish I could. I still look forward to an opportunity where I will use the toilets on board because that was very exciting. But apparently the door was jammed, so we couldn't use it. My stay in Arusha was awesome. We got there at 2 going to 3 and I had safari the following day at dawn. I had about 1 hour of sleep before we started on safari. It was a good trip. A thing I noticed at the border is that it takes a bit longer when you have a passport compared to when you have a temporary permit. I had a temporary permit and the clearances seemed to take less time. One other thing to note is that you need to take your luggage out of the vehicle at the border because they also check the luggage. They pass them through a scanner before they allow you to go back to the bus with them. So you unpack and pack again. What you need to cross the border as an East African community member, ESC, you need your yellow fever, your temporary permit or your passport. You also need your ID if you're using your temporary permit. As a temporary permit holder, I had to present my ID, I had to present my filled form from eCitizen, and I also needed to present my yellow fever card. If you have a passport, all you need is your passport and the yellow fever card. So don't let you not having a passport deter you from going to Arusha. And in Arusha, I learned that most businesses there are sustained by Kenyans. If you have time and you have 2,500 shillings, don't sit at home. The other thing that I would like to share from this travel is that it takes a bit longer at the border because we were told 20 minutes. We took over an hour, so be prepared. It's best to be prepared for that waiting time. Over and all, the bus keeps time. The speed is good. From the border to Arusha, Google Maps showed me we had 1 hour 20 minutes to go. However, we took a shorter period. I know the road on the other end has speed limits, but we were over 100 for the better part of it. I tried to be awake, but I fell asleep at some point. Some minutes into Arusha, I wished I was awake for the entire period of the travel, but I tried to be awake for the better part of it. As I said, welcome to my channel. I'll make this regular and show my face as an introvert. I like to give credit to one gentleman on X who harassed me into putting up content on YouTube. I hope you see this and you're happy. And thank you for being a good bully. I will never have done this. I thrive on TikTok and it makes me happy because it favors me as an introvert. I just need to collect good shots, put in my voice, and that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I will strive to answer it. The accommodation rates for Arusha start from as low as $10 because it's a tourist destination. You can have accommodation from the lowest points to very, very expensive rates depending with what you're looking for, because they mostly cater to tourists. They have a variety of options. The other thing to note is that Arusha is quite cold. I'm not sure about Dar because I have not been to Dar es Salaam. I hope to get there someday. Arusha is cold, so when you're packing to go to Arusha, make sure that you pack warmly. This was the end of our trip in Arusha as the bus proceeded to Dar. It didn't stop for more than 5 minutes. I believe they were trying to catch up with time. Our driver was already at the bus station, so we left as the bus left. I was so happy. 6 hours is not so bad because I've done more hours before. It was such an easy travel, only that I was too tired coming from work. But make sure in this life, you don't only go to work and go home. You will have lived your life only working. Have a life outside work. Play a little, see the world, follow what you love, what your heart desires. Because you work too hard for your money, make sure you live a little too. See you on the next one, which will be the safari itself. Bye.